Right, well, welcome to this introduction for the Kangaroo and Company stamp stack, which is going to be using the Kangaroo and Company stamp set and the coordinating dies. So let's have a quick flick through the projects and what you should have in your kit. So here we have sort of Royal Mail, red and blue, with lots of envelopes. You've got a little kangaroo and it says "It's your day" on the little tab that pops in and out of there. And this little kangaroo here, as you can see, I've actually cut round hers paws a little bit just so that I could tuck that envelope right up before sticking it on there with a dimensional. And then both of these little kangaroos are actually stuck on the front there with dimensionals. So it's just a question of stamping the envelopes in Night of Navy all over this strip of white and using your pens, stamping blends or whatever pens, to colour in the little hearts. This little envelope is die cut. It's also stamped in Night of Navy, but it actually has a resin heart on there. And actually, that is something I don't remember putting in our kits. So while we're chatting, I will cut some of those up as well and make sure that you've got one of those for each of your little letters. So this is stamped, stuck onto a Night of Navy mat. You've got a little banner at the top here and some rhinestones down the bottom. Let's just pop that in the other card, and this one can come in with here. So you've got a Night of Navy base, so you've also got in there a piece of Whisper White to go inside your card. You've got a whole A6 piece of Whisper White there to which to stamp all your bits and pieces. You've got the big kangaroo, the two little joeys, the envelope and this banner that will need to be stamped on there. You've got your Poppy Parade base, you've got your blue mat and your white mat that you're going to stamp on, and some twine and your little resin heart. Let's pop that just there. And I'll make sure I pop those in the other pack in just a minute. Of course, as always, you've got your instructions. So let's pop that pair in there with the instructions. So relatively straightforward. Here we've got a little Hello Baby card. I've actually given you bits and pieces to do this in pink, but if you wanted to find a piece of DSP that was blue and swap some of these out, obviously you could very easily do that. But here you've got your card base. You've got a piece of petal pink that's had the scalloped heart cut from the middle. You've got your piece of white. You've got your scalloped heart and your plain heart there. You've got a piece of paper that you're going to, and your instructions tells you how far up to mark up here and then to cut at a diagonal. And then you're going to lay a strip of the pink across and trim off the excess. You've got some twine there that I've simply sort of wrapped around here and anchored onto the back and finished with a bow. And then you've got some card there to stamp and colour your kangaroo, and this little one says "Love you much." So you will find it talks in the instructions about cutting out a tab. This is this little piece just here, and what you do with that is you then stick it on the bottom of whatever you're popping into the kangaroo pouch. So in this case it's stuck, the little joey is stuck to the top of the tab. On the next one the flowers are stuck to the top of the tab, so you cut one of those tabs out and that's what pops into the kangaroo's pouch, and you can stamp on that. So relatively straightforward. As I say, these little hearts here, the stamp is in the stamp set, but it is just an outline stamp, so I've stamped it in petal pink and then used my petal pink blend to colour it in. And the little Hello Baby I've stamped in grey granite because these have been coloured mainly in grey granite with some ivory on the furry chest bit and some petal pink in the ears. So that's how that's been coloured in. So as I say, really cute. And if you wanted to swap out the mats and the paper for blue, you could very easily swap that to a Hello Baby blue card. So let's pop both of those in with our instructions. Obviously this is a stamp stack, so you've got 2 each of each of these 3 designs. The final one says miss you. So it is, you've got your white card base, you've got a piece of basic white there, you've got a piece of granny apple green that's had the frame cut out of the middle, so you'll be able to pop that on there and stick that to the card front. You've got your frame that will come on here. This is an odd bit that has just come out the middle of that frame, so I've popped it in for you to use with whatever. The miss you I have just stuck on the front there with some washi tape so that that little dot on your eye doesn't go missing. You've got a piece of Sahara sand there, so I've stamped the kangaroo in soft suede on Sahara sand and just used a watercolour pencil to give a bit of a pink nose and pink ears. And then these have been stamped with Memento and coloured with Stamping Blends, and that one just says hello. And with this one, actually, I've actually stuck it up on a dimensional, whereas with the other 2, I've stuck them flat on with glue. This one I've stuck on a dimensional. I did stamp the little chesty bit onto some white card for this one and fussy cut that out, so the paper piece to that one. Then you've got your miss you. Your background, I've used my blending brushes and added some granny apple green on the bottom here and some balmy blue on the top there to create the grass and the sky. So lovely bright card, that one. And you've got your little bit of white in there to cut out your flowers and your tab and your butterfly and your little chest piece. So that's that one. So those are your 3 cards. I hope that you enjoy them. As always, any questions, and do pop me a message and we will do our best to answer them and put right anything that's not quite right.